Hey, ladies, you know, I've had a few requests on my review of the SmartSpace pots and pans, how they holding up, how do they work, you know, because they're the square nesting pans. I've made sauce in them. It works out well. There's nothing sticking in the corners or anything. Well, you know, I've been using these for a little over a month now. Let's take a look at some of the benefits of these pans. First of all, space savers. Look at this. I'm going to show you where I store them and how they get stored. Now, I don't have a lot of space on the boat, so you can see here, I store them in the oven. Look at this, here they are. All right. Got my skillet. And you can see, I mean, I use the heck out of these things all the time. The skillet, no scratches, it's still flat. You know, a lot of times in these pans, you know, you put something in them that they're going to warp or something. No warp on these. And here, you know, I mentioned this before. See if I can get this the right angle for you. This end here is kind of on a bevel. This is straight. So it works well for sauteing. Clip the handle on. And if you've seen some of the other videos, you've seen where I've flipped crepes, sauteed items in it. That's worked out well. This little pan, I use this all the time. I mean, this is, again, you can see it's pretty well used. I did clean it up a little bit. Sits right here, works well. The only thing I did notice, you know, there's a little scratch here where the handle grips it, but I don't think that's been an issue. Then I have my next size and the biggest pan. And you can see, I mean, I'm using all of these things. You know, another nice thing about these pans, when you're done cooking, let me grab the right lid here. You can just put the lid on, close the little tab here for where the handle goes, you know, and they stack easy in the refrigerator. The other thing on this, what I like compared to the round pans, if I had a skillet on here, I barely had room for a pan. Now I've got my skillet. I can put two pans on here like this, and the heat from the one burner is enough to cook in both pans. And because of the heavy construction of these and the way this is made, it disperses the heat throughout the pan. So now I've got room to do, there's room, you can stack these, you can line these pans up a lot better than you can the round pans. Oh, I know another thing I wanted to mention. You know, these are non-stick pans, so they clean up easy. The other thing is, you know, if your boat or RV doesn't have a big sink, like I don't have a big sink, I've got a nice sink, not a big sink. Look at this. You know, typically when you go to wash your pots and pans, you know, if you got a pot that's not a nesting pan, put it in there, that's in the way. Watch this. Boom. Stack the pots and pans inside each other. So you wash one, you dump the water into this one, you wash water into this one. You're also conserving on water. I mean, it's just one of the little benefits of these pans. Well, that's kind of my recap on the SmartSpace pots and pans. They're working out well for me so far. They're holding up extremely well. I do need to clean them a little bit though, don't I? But they've worked out well. I was a little skeptical on the saute pan, but with this angle here like this, that's enough that you can flip your food with it. And the other thing that I was a little concerned about is when I make gravies or sauces, you know, how well is that going to work in here? Hasn't been an issue. I mean, even the round saucepans are going to have this kind of an edge to them somewhere. The way these are made with this rounded corners, they're still square, but nothing sticks in the corners. It works out really well. Well, until next time, guys, happy and safe boating to you, your family, and friends.